Hey everybody, Chris Lagarde with the Chris and Caleb Real Estate Team here, where we are committed to dramatically enriching our clients' lives. So, been a little bit since I've been on here. It's been about 2 weeks. I think we missed last week. Actually, last Thursday was KW Red Day, and it's the day where Keller Williams International goes out in their various communities. I think we have somewhere around 750 offices around the country, around the world, and they go out into the community and do some awesome good works. I know here we are at the camp at the Old Mill, which during the summer has kids from the inner city with parents in prison, and just provides an amazing week for them. And so we were out there sprucing it up along with a few other sites. And so that's a part of the Camp at the Old Mill, is a part of County Corrections Gospel Ministry. But anyway, so it was busy last week. This week, I want to bring you something really important. Yesterday, I was at some amazing training that focused on actually two books that we find extremely important. The first thing is, I took the cover off this because it was easier, but it's called The One Thing. This book is written by Gary Keller, as is the other book that we were going over, which is The Millionaire Real Estate Agent. It's basically our Bible for operating our business. Those two books combined are extremely powerful. And so there's a few concepts they went over yesterday that are really important. And just if you're not in real estate, don't tune out. It applies to everybody in how to create that successful habit, that success habit, as I put in the title. How do you create success in your life? And I want to share a concept and a tool that I thought was extremely powerful from yesterday. So wanted to share the first thing is the domino effect. So this is basically the effect, a progression where one small thing can make tomorrow's one thing better. So the concept of the book, The One Thing, is what's the one thing that you can do today, right now, that by doing it will make everything else easier or unnecessary. And so, in our business, we have a goal to sell 250 homes this year. And so we know what those one things are for each one of our team members that they have to do today to push the right domino over that will create bigger success with the next one. And so the concept of this, as the visual shows, there's one thing today that when you push that over, it will actually create more momentum and enable you to get bigger success the next day. And what Gary Keller, who wrote the book, found was that a domino can, when pushed over, can actually push over one that's 50% larger than it. And it just illustrates the concept that when doing the right thing, when completing the right tasks with the right focus and intention, you can create amazing success. And so, most people just push down dominoes left and right. They don't really think about too much or enough which ones are the right ones to push over and which ones really don't matter too much. And that's what this concept is all about. So the next visual I'm going to show you is really interesting. So you apply that to the number of dominoes it would take to actually reach the moon. And so by domino number 23, give or take, you're actually at one the size of the Eiffel Tower. So what that means is that you push over the first one, it's about 2 inches high. The next one is, that'd be 3.5 inches or something along those lines. The next one is like 8 or 9 inches, so forth and so on. And by the time you hit the 23rd one, you're at the size of the Eiffel Tower. By I think it's 31, you're at the Mount Everest. By 57, you're actually to the moon. So just a really amazing concept and powerful concept that when you focus on the right things, amazing things will happen. And it's been really powerful in my life to look at what those things are. And Caleb and I have both done the same thing, where it's like, look, what's the one thing we need to do today to help our business get to where it needs to be and to dramatically impact lives through real estate? So that's the concept. The practice is something called the 7 circles. And so as you can see, what Gary Keller found, and it's not unique to him, it's not like he discovered this, but there's 7 spheres in our lives that we need to take care of in order to create success in our life. So, he named 7: spiritual, physical, personal, key relationships, job, business, and finances. So in the middle is that question I posed: what's the one thing I can do such that by doing it, everything else will be easier or unnecessary? So the exercise is this. You take each one of those areas and you rate them on a scale of 1 to 10. 1 is couldn't be worse. 10 is it couldn't be better. So where in that scale of 1 to 10 are you? And go through that for each one of those areas. And then the next step is to say, okay, if I'm an 8 in my spiritual life, what's one thing I can do to push that number higher? So as an example, when I did this yesterday, I actually used to do this, a form of this, every quarter until, I don't know, for some reason I haven't really done it a whole lot this year, so I need to get back into the habit of doing that, and I intend to, starting yesterday. So spiritual life, I rated myself yesterday an 8. All right, so what's the one thing I can do to bump that number higher? That's going to be more or regular meditative time. So, that means I need to schedule time in my schedule, or put time in my schedule to sit down every day and, meditate more. I personally, I do read scripture just about every morning, or listen to it actually, but I don't shut everything off and just really meditate. That's something I need to do. The next one's physical life. Most of you that might know me, I'm into CrossFit, so I'm pretty good on that end. However, I did rate myself a 9 because there's only really one thing more I can think of doing to improve that area, and that's really, to be completely honest, to the interwebs, let go of 10 pounds of fat. There's midsection. Being in my late 30s, it's just tough to do that, as I'm sure a lot of you can identify with. So my one thing is going to be to do 2 10-day challenges that a friend made me aware of. Thanks, Janine. And I'm going to do that in June and July. So I'm hoping that that's going to create some good results. I know it's done that for a lot of other folks. So that's just an example of how you can use that tool. And so when you constantly do that, and you're very aware of your purpose, when you're aware of your where you want to go, what you want to accomplish, what your life is for, that's really important. And he talks a lot about that in the one thing. So just a snippet of it. I hope this is helpful to you. Highly recommend that you use it. If you want more of this, email me or message me directly. Feel free to do that. And love to help you in any way, shape, or form possible, not just in real estate. As I said, our mission is to dramatically impact lives through real estate, but it's not just about buying and selling homes. It's about creating the biggest, best life that you possibly can, abundant life, if you will, and we'd be happy to help you with any of that, in addition to real estate. So give us a call, reach out to us. We'd love to help you, and just wish you a fantastic weekend.